What we had is a very good conversation with the president and the vice president, talking about some aspects of the budget reconciliation bill that we feel strongly about, some problems that we have with it, and some ideas that we have for the future in which we would like to work with the president. Specifically, one of the elements of this program that all of us feel very positive about is that after years and years in which the rich grew much richer and their tax burden went down, at the same time as working people and poor people grew poorer and their tax burden went up, we all feel very positive that it is about time, and we're delighted that the president has come forward and said the rich have got to start paying their fair share of taxes, and that some of that money, a not insignificant sum, $21 billion, is going to the earned income tax credit, which is going to lower taxes for the working poor. Rich are going to start paying more, working people are going to start paying less, and many of us feel very positive about that. Also, we feel very positive, although we would have liked more, and we'll fight for more, that for the first time in many, many years, a president is beginning to pay attention to the needs of the children of this country. It is a national disgrace that we have, by double, the highest rate of poverty in the industrialized world for our children. So we feel good that not only will the earned income tax credit be there, but the food stamp program is going to be expanded, the children's immunization program is going to be expanded, the Family Preservation Act, which deals with child abuse, is also going to be adequately funded. So there are elements of the program that we feel very positive about, some that we don't feel so positively about. For example, some of us, all of us, I think, believe that the corporate income tax should have gone up to 36%. In our districts, people are not moaning the fact that the rich are not paying more. We think that they should. So we think that there's some very strong initiatives here. In some areas, we think that perhaps we should have gone further.
What about the earned income tax credit? Is that going to be high enough for you?
Well, at $21 billion, let's not kid ourselves. This is the strongest anti-poverty program to be brought forth in this country in the last 20 years. And what is being said is that while we ask the rich to finally start paying their fair share of taxes, a significant amount of that money is going back to people today who are making $4 an hour, $4.25 an hour, $5 an hour, $6 an hour, and they have kids. So all of us, I think without exception, feel very positive that the earned income tax credit is a significant way to go forward to deal with poverty in America, and especially with children's poverty.
Well, and also the earned income tax credit means that working people will not have to go on programs that are costing a great deal. They will in fact be lifted out of their poverty and work with pride and live with pride, and they will be contributing to the economy, and we're very pleased with that.
Has the president got your votes at this point?
I don't know that we want to be definitive about this. I think what we want to see is what the end of the package looks like. Now, we met with Speaker Foley just the other day to express very strong concern that when the gas tax went down from 6.5 cents to 4.3, $12 billion were lost. And what we said to the Speaker, and I think reiterated in general to the President and Vice President, is don't take that money out of the needs of working people and the children of America. And obviously, we haven't seen the final package yet, so I think we're going to be a little bit reluctant to give you a definitive answer to that question.
What about Medicare and the large cuts in Medicare that Congressman Waxman and others are
Does it?
plotting?
I think
The 54, 56 billion, which is in the current package, is that something that you guys?
I don't want to speak for other people, but I think Henry Waxman is absolutely right to raise concerns. That is not the best way to get the revenue. And what we certainly hope is that that money will come from the doctors and the hospitals and not from the needs of our senior citizens who are today hurting very badly.
Congressman Sanders, what do you promise President Clinton gave to you this morning?
We didn't talk about specific promises. One of the issues, I should say, that many of us raised was the need for a jobs bill. That as many positive things as there are in this program, what there still is not is a significant jobs bill that puts millions of American people to work. So I think almost all of us feel that that should be coming down the pike fairly soon. We would like that, and I think the President gave some indication that he was willing to take a look at that.
So the issues you addressed here bring up for a future agenda?
Well, for the present and for the future, but we did raise future issues. And the jobs bill, I mean, ultimately, we still have 16 million workers in this country who are unemployed or underemployed. And they want us, and I think the President wants, to put those people back to work. We lost the $16 billion job program. Many of us believe that that was not handled well, that we did not do a good job, the President did not do a good job, and that if we can take the case to the people, that we can rebuild America and put people back to work, we think we have not only an important step forward, but a winning political program.
And will he indicate Clinton's reaction?
Well, I think he indicated that it's something he's going to be thinking about.
Did the President indicate a stimulus package next year?
Well, again, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think all of us, in terms of the democratic process, that you have one senator who was able to hold hostage an entire program supported or which hundreds of people are leaning toward is a real problem. So I think I speak for most people about that.
Did the president indicate that he thought a stimulus package might be possible next year when the agenda isn't so full?
I don't want to put words in his mouth. I really don't like doing that. But I think we impressed upon him the importance of that, and I think he's willing to give that some serious thought.
Congressman Sanders, the formation of this coalition, what's brought it about? Have you all felt that you've not held enough sway with the...
Well, I think what many of us felt is we're not going to go tell you that the Congress is a particularly progressive institution. But we did think that there were more progressives in the Congress than the White House or the American people really knew of. So we reached out and we brought people together to concentrate on a progressive agenda that reflects the needs of working people and poor people. Now, what we are also aware of is that the conservative caucus, if you like, has had a whole lot of clout. Charlie Stenholm has done a very good job in taking this country and the Congress to the right. And some of us thought it's appropriate that if we stood up in the Black Caucus, the Women's Caucus, the Hispanic Caucus, the Progressive Caucus, we might begin to fight for the rights of working people and move the agenda forward in a little bit more progressive way.
Forgive
May I add
for
something
playing
on
catch-up.
that?
When did you organize these progressive?
This was organized about 2 years ago. Yeah.
Is there enough in there? Is there anything in there?
Oh, there is. Yeah.
I'd like to add that without the voice of the Progressive Caucus and the Hispanic and Black Caucus and the Women's Caucus, we would not be nearly as close as we are to our original goals for investing in humankind in this country. Our voice was heard, and it'll continue to be heard. We could have lost the whole thing. Our president is for our programs, but he needed our voice, and he got it, and we've come a long way.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, I think we came away with a whole lot. I mean, during the last week, we have met with Mr. Foley, Mr. Panetta, and today the president and the vice president to make it very clear what our agenda is. And that is, don't forget the needs of working people, the poor, the children of America. And I think that word is getting out very, very clearly. It's not just corporate America that we got to worry about. Got to worry about the needs of ordinary people.
Healthcare reform at all?
No. I think on that issue, without going into great detail today, there are probably some very serious disagreements between many of us. I don't want to speak for other people.
Single payer?
Yeah, many of us are for single payer. Many of us are anti-NAFTA, and that's an issue we did not get into.
Congressman Sanders, when you say more taxes for the rich, how does that affect rich people in Vermont?
They're going to pay more taxes. But my job is not to worry about them. We got hungry children in my state who need to be fed. We have working people who need jobs. And frankly, after 12 years of Reaganomics in which hundreds of billions of dollars were shifted from the pockets of working people and poor people to the rich. Do you know we have the widest gap between the rich and the poor in the industrialized world? So I don't think our job is to worry about the needs of the rich. Somebody's got to stand up for working people in this country. Well, again, I don't think we like putting words in somebody else's mouth. I don't think that that's a concept that is alien to him.
I'd like to say something about the meeting.